by what factor does the drag force on a car increase as it goes from 65 to 110 kilometers per hour? So first, I'd just like to see just a very simple example. And we're gonna say, by what factor does height increase, let's say. So let's say when you're a kid, you are 1 meter, right? So height 1 is 1 meter. And then your height 2, when you are an adult, let's say you are 170 or 1.7 meters tall. All right, so by what factor did that increase? Well, let's figure it out. So we put H2 on top, H1 on bottom. You get 1.7 divided by 1, which is 1.7. So by what factor? 1.7. That's the factor that it increased. So let's look at this example and do something very similar. So, all right, so we're going to do drag force 1, force drag, and we're going to use that 65. So 1/2 CQAV squared. And get 1/2 CQA. And the interesting part is actually we don't need to know CQ and A. All we need to know is that V, and you'll see why in a second. So 65 squared. Force 2 is going to be 1/2 CQAV squared as well. That's 1/2 CQA, and then we get 110 squared. All right, let's go ahead and figure this out. So 65 squared is 4,225. And 110 squared is 12,100. So by what factor did it increase? So force 2 divided by force 1, 12,100 divided by 4,225. And we get 2.86. It nearly tripled when we go from 65 kilometers per hour to 110 kilometers per hour. Now you might be saying, hey, Mr. Campbell, I thought we were supposed to do meters per second. Yeah, we can do that too, but we'll end up with the same answer. So we can redo the problem, but use meters per second if we like. So first thing we got to do is convert 65 kilometers per hour to meters per second. So that K represents 1,000, right? So 5, and then we got to add, well, we got to put this 65 times 1,000 meters, and then there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. So 65,000 meters per 3,600 seconds, which is going to be 18 meters per second. All right, next one. So 110 kilometers per hour. It's going to be 110 multiplied by 1,000. Again, because this K represents 1,000. 3,600 seconds. And we get 30 meters per second. Okay, so now let's do this problem again. So force 1 is going to be 1/2 CQA 18 squared. And force 2 is going to be 1/2 CQA. And again, we don't need to know CQ or A. 30 squared. Okay, 18 squared. 324. 30 times 30, 900. And so if we do force 2 divided by force 1 to get the factor increase, 900 divided by 324, and we get 2.77 this time. And that was because we were rounding, or 2.78. It's about the same thing. You'd get the same answer on a multiple choice test. And should have probably been a little bit more accurate with these numbers, 18 and 30. But yeah, there you go.